Hello everyone, this is part 43 of beta testing for Football Tactics and Glory World. This is a game by developer Creoteam, which is planned for release not before the second quarter of 2015. Now today we are going to pick the national team, which should be too long because our squad's pretty established now. Then we'll play Bretonia, and then we'll play this cup match here. Hopefully by the end of this match we might well be automatically qualified for the Galaxia Cup. That's basically Continental Cup, which replaces European Cup in the default game. So hopefully that will be the case, but I think we will definitely be qualified by the second game, because even if we lose both games, there's a good chance that the nearest rival will not do enough to stop us being at least second. So let's select the footballers. Now he's Gosa here. He's retired, I believe. Career ended. Yeah, so we have to take him out. Let's remove. We'll keep everybody else. The goalkeepers are fine. I'm not going to change around anybody else here. Is interesting. Alan, but he's not got really anything better than what we've got. Now I've decided I'm definitely not going to use any of my own club team because I want to use them for my own competitions. So bit of conflict of interest, if you like. I'm making a decision. Conflict of interest could work in both ways. You could actually stuff the national team with your own players in the hope of getting them more experience and SP and everything, because you get a lot. I assume they get a lot of experience for playing in the national team, so that could work that way. And likewise, you can leave them out of the national team, like I did, and you can game the system like I did at the end of last season, where I deliberately selected a goalkeeper, which was Septimo, from one of my rivals, so that he could not play in the final of a cup. But in this particular case, I'm going to make sure none of my players are in the squad, because I want to have my full squad for the domestic competitions. They might end up missing games, because some of my squad might end up missing games from other national teams, but there's nothing I can do about that. So he's coming out. Let's go and replace him with a defender of some sort. He was a DF, and I only actually have 1, 2, 3, 4. I've got 5 CDs in here. I would like to have another DF just to see. I would actually consider putting Sumikai in there, but he's from my team. I don't want to put anybody from my team in this time. So he's going to lose out, I'm afraid. Sorry, Sumi. Yeah, you're not going to get your call up to the national team yet. Although you probably get a game as well. Maybe next time. Treyas, but he's not even a DF. Paladin. I'll just pick him. There you go. That's fine. Okay, so we got the defenders are fine. Algarin, he's also retired, so we have to clear him now. He's a tricky one because he's actually he's got layoff pass, which is really useful. So we'll remove him, and we have to find somebody else in midfield. And it may not be that easy because there's not that many people with layoff pass. Apart from Farda, again, who's in my own team, and I don't want to use my own team for this. I could use Warhammer, though. Yeah, I'll use Warhammer. Although he's only level 1, even level 1 can be useful. So Warhammer, you get your call up. There you go. And then I've got 2 forwards who, again, now Valiant is actually been really useful. And he's also retired. And also he's got level 3 Rainbow Feint. So the only other guy that I know of who's got level 3 Rainbow Feint is, of course, Nefando, who's in my own team, and I don't want to use. So that's another problem, but we'll remove him. And there's this RF. I've not really used him so much, to be honest, but he's not quite so key. So I've got to find 2 more players to replace these guys. So as you can see, and there's nobody else with level 3 Rainbow Feint apart from him, but he's a centre forward though. Oh, let's put him in, he could be useful. And then I would like to have we've got an RF. They're all actually this is where Lirius is actually quite useful now, because although he's an LF, he's got layoff pass. I can always stick him into midfield if I really feel I need a high level. I assume it's high level layoff. I'll stick him into midfield, so that's actually quite useful. That's the thing about national teams. You don't need to worry about their positioning, because unless they're from your own club, that doesn't really matter. If they're from your own club, you might be more picky about that. But in this case, I can put them anywhere I like on the pitch if it suits my purposes. And then we need somebody else, and who are we going to do? We do have Rabernack as a long passer, and we have Zoram, so we've got good long passers. We don't need any more of them. So it's just anybody who takes my fancy. What about head play? A CF head play would be wonderful, but I don't really think I see anyone like that. He's got level 2. Shall we take him? Let's take Barona. Here we go. So we've got our 25 now. I think we're just going to leave that because, as I say, I think we're going to qualify anyway, regardless what happens. And let's move on to the match now. See what happens. It's a match against Bretonia. And Albertine, as usual, gets called up with Wakanda. Nobody else does. So he's always a big loss when he goes, but we are taking centre against Bretonia. Bretonia are just basically they're basically modded from France, and it's one of the situations where, because Bretonia in the Warhammer world is based on French medieval history, I actually didn't even change the name list. I just used the French name list, so it was quite an easy one. Okay, so they're vulnerable to cannon shot, and they're both vulnerable to both cannon shot and to rainbow feint. I think this is a good one for Vera. Arena's in here. I don't know why he's in here. So we definitely want our layoff passer. So we could put Wormhammer in here. I think I put Empire. Yeah, Empire's good there. They do have a Rainbow Feinter in here. So I think I will keep with the CDs. Put the best CDs on the end. Robahim's quite useful as well, I suppose, as with his head play. So I'll leave that. As anybody else? Actually, we got Tamut here, so maybe I should put. Tamut's actually got better defense than Robahim by the look of it. So it's hard to know because all these are estimated. So I don't know offhand what these are. I mean, they may be higher or lower. So I'm just assuming that they are right in proportion, but I could be wrong about that. But anyway, he's going to go in here because he's got reaction. He can make sure he doesn't cause any mischief. And we'll put Paladin into the DM position. I tend to like to do that. And we've got one more player, and it makes sense actually. No, I've actually got 2. It makes sense to put a long passer. So we'll put Rabernack. In fact, you can go right in here. Rabernack can go in there, and I might even put another midfielder in just to. Have I got a right midfielder? I do. Maybe even Deegan Lord. And what I might do is take him out for now, put him in there, and I'll actually just put my RD in there just to block him coming down. And he's got slide tackle, so he may be of use. Okay, so I'm happy I'm happy with that. I don't need a goalkeeper in the subs, so take him out. And I just have to decide who's useful in defence. So Colosso is actually quite good. Bruno, he's got long pass, but that's not that useful in that position of the pitch because, as I say, unless you have an AM or somebody in these sort of lines, this line, the long pass doesn't work, but the layoff might. So I'll put the layoff guy here, and that's fine. That covers that. I think I will put Bruno in for Enigmas. I'll keep Cathar on. Deegan Lord. Zoran will definitely keep on. Deegan Lord I'll bring out. Which forwards do I want? Leventhal. I would definitely want Mercader. And I think even Tammy might be quite useful for Arena. And then who else? I think I'm going to take on. I'll put Arena on for Deegan Lord. So I think that's good. We've got a good mixture there, and we can get on with the game. So we're just going to break in. That doesn't matter. I'm just going to break in, and then if we get a chance to use the combo, he's not a CD, so he can just get passed right into here using layoff and try and use the cannon shot. Although he will be affected by this left defender if he is still around. So we'll see how that works. In the end, I think we will probably be qualified regardless of the result of this match. But let's see. May as well try and make certain of it, by winning the game, or yeah, if we win, we'll almost certainly go through. Let's just do a lofted pass. It works. Empard is going to rush into the box. Rides one tackle. Rides second tackle. Rides third tackle. Just trying to see what. And I'm actually just going to control there. There you go. We got through the penalty. Let's do something unusual. Let's go for this. We always miss these ones. That wasn't a very clever thing to do, was it? Anyway. So he's going to run out to the wing. So Warhammer, he's got 33 defense, he's got 34 control. I think we'll just try and tackle it. It works actually. And oof. What should I do here? What's he got? Let's just try and hold. He's going to come up, he's got much better defence, he's got much better chance of succeeding, but he doesn't. God, he's doing well, considering he's only got 18 control, but he's managed to hold on to the ball. So I could try and do just a lofted pass. He's got very good accuracy for a CM, hasn't he? Anyway, I could do a lofted pass here. I think that's better. That works. Now we can do our. Oops. Oh, he's the one with layoff, so he can't do that. Oh dear. Oh dear. That didn't actually work the way I intended. I forgot he was the one with a layoff. He'll try and control. He manages to. He's got very good control. He's going to go all the way back there, but that's not going to help much. Unless, of course, he tackles him, which he managed to. I think he'll just try and tackle. Gives away a foul. He's out for this round of international football. Zoran, or Intersector No, it's interdivisional football actually. I think he'll just try and tackle. He succeeds. Ooh, what's his passing line? Not very good. He'll just try and get to Vera. Doesn't work. And that's the end of that. So that's pretty dire. They'll be getting the hairdryer treatment at half time for that. Missing a penalty and everything, eh? Sorry, I have to do something quickly. I'll be off for a few seconds. Okay, sorry about that. Back again. So let's make some changes to our hammer. He's still tired, but well, they've changed their formation completely now. So yeah, he can definitely come off. We'll put him on because he's got slide tackle. That'll be fine. Empire, I think, will take off now. And we'll put Mercader on instead. And we'll leave it at that. And everything else looks, I think, fine. It's for them to take centre. And we'll see how it goes. Paladin manages to intercept. The man manages to take the ball. What's he going to do? He's going to shoot. Doesn't succeed. And in fact, I've kind of set them up wrong because I don't know what will happen if I try to. Does it go through him or goes right through him? I'll just do that. If he was over here, he would have been able to pass through the defender. He's got really good defence, Vera. That is not a very clever thing to do because Vera can now tackle and he's got a good chance of getting it, and he does. And now he's right in on goal. I'll just move Mercader back one because it doesn't really matter what happens with this. There we go. We get the goal, and that was a defensive error we took advantage of. And if he hadn't done that, we wouldn't have been able to score so easily. So Tortellier, he gets tackled by Cisnaka. Rabernac goes to Mercader. Mercader is just going to hold here. Running 1-0, that would be good enough. If he can hold on to it. Zoran's got. Oh, but he doesn't get the ball through, so that's. So we're in a better position. Oh no, he's got. So I'm going to try a lofted pass. If I go through him, he's actually got. No, that's reaction, isn't it? Yeah, that's actually reaction, so I could have passed through him. It doesn't matter though. Mercader's got a chance to break in. See if we can finish off on a flurry. Manages to hold. Still got a tackle to ride, I think. Hold, yeah. So he can now. He's now got cannon shot. a reasonable chance of scoring. Yep, and then we get our second goal. And with 2 late goals, we get another 3 points and continue our 100% record. And the fans go wild. And I think that's us qualified. There we go. So we've got 18 points. We are 13 points clear of second place. We actually picked up a point by the look of it. We're 13 points clear of ordered place. There's only 9. He's only got 3 to play, so there's no way he can catch us. And in fact, we're 9 points clear of Scottish Clans. They've got 3 to play with a goal difference. So de facto, we've won the league because we'd have to lose all our games. They'd have to win all our games, and it would have to be a turnover of 18 goals, which isn't impossible, you know. It is impossible if they're relatively, reasonable goal differences on that side, but it still doesn't look good for them. But they're in a good position, so Scottish Clans. There's a good chance they will actually qualify. But we've almost certainly won the group, and by the next game, it wouldn't surprise me if we do actually secure a win, because we only need a point to actually win the group. There we go. And going back to the table, I just wanted to make a couple of points. So now I'm in this position. I've got 2 matches remaining, and I am basically qualified. Now, in terms of the game, in terms of the competition, there's actually no need for me to do anything. I could just go and put any old team in, simulate the games, and just forget about it, because in the end I'm through. It doesn't matter. There's no in competition reason for me to do well anymore in this. I mean, there's other things I might want to do. I could put my own players in to get experience or whatever. But there's, and also, of course, if I do well, I get managerial experience, which is useful. But there's no in competition reason for me to do well anymore. And that's because of the way the seeding works. And currently the seeding works based on the club ranking. Now, what I would like to see, and I've made this comment in forums, I would actually like to see seeding for the national teams, because at the moment the seeding is based on clubs, your club ranking. So what that means, if you're a low ranking team, say you're a team like say you're way down here like Bretonia, say you're like Bretonia, and say for instance you then go and win the World Cup for something, or win the equivalent of the European Cup. When you next come round to your next competition, you'll still be seeded as if from your club rankings, which is really low, even though you've won a competition. Now, I actually would like to see a league table, just like we have for the clubs. I'd like to see a league table for the national teams as well. And the reason is simple. There's 3 reasons for it. The first reason is to provide accurate seeding. So if a team does well, it will get seeded. So even if it's lower in the club rankings, it will even if it's low in the club rankings, if it does well as a national team, it will be higher seeded and maybe miss out on. That means it would miss out on, say, having to qualify for the group stages, because sometimes you have to qualify for the qualifying group stages, and you'd miss out on that because you're highly seeded. I think that makes sense. So that's the main reason, and it makes sense because it doesn't make sense for if you win the World Cup and then you have to qualify for the group stages of the next competition. Surely your coefficient points would be high enough to allow that, and allow you to miss that. And then it could also determine, who gets into group stages and in what position and so on. That'd be useful. And also within the major tournaments themselves, like the equivalent of the European Cup and the World Cup. So the other reason is just simply because people like to look at these things. You know, people are interested in national team rankings. They want to see how their national team's doing, and they like to see that their national team is high up in the rankings and so on. So I think for immersion in the world, it would be a good thing to do as well. So that's my own opinion, and that is something that happens in the real world football. You know, we do have ranking tables for national teams. So I think ideally that should be replicated here, and I think it's much more important than maybe people realise. It's what people would expect to see and would want to see, and especially people who love looking at stats and how teams are doing over time. That would be something they'd want to see too. And then the other, so that's two main reasons. I think there was a third one. If I think about it, I'll get back to it. But that's really two main reasons for it. So in terms, but you know, the club rankings can be used for other things. For instance, if they ever bring in hosting, at the moment there's nobody hosts a competition. You don't have a host. If they ever have a host of a competition, which they may or may not do, then the club rankings would be better for that. And also for stadium size and things, I think the club rankings would be good for that too, because basically your club rankings demonstrate the country's interest and commitment to football. While a national team may just happen to do well, that was not going to really change their commitment to football. So I think I would really like to see a ranking table for the national teams, and I think it would have a practical use as well as provide an immersive experience. So that's just my view on that, and I thought I'd let that out because now I've basically definitely qualified, and I'm probably going to win the group. And you know, once I get through this round, I could well win this group by the end of this round. The last game means nothing apart from managerial experience, effectively, which is kind of abstract in some ways and not that critical. So yeah, that's just my view on that. So we'll move on to the next game, which is just the Jade Cup, and we'll play this now. And we'll play this one game and then we'll stop. So this is against Tagar Citadel, who are they they're one of the newly promoted teams. So what have they got? Yeah, one of our players has been taken on international duty. Albertine, yeah, he can't play unfortunately. So what they've got we're going to have to put 5 defenders on. Well, we don't have to, but the way I play, we do. So block that off here. Sumikai can stay where he is. Gladius fine, and we have to put Mage back in. None of them have got Rainbow Feint, so I don't need to worry about that. This is not actually that useful game for Salpstan for the simple reason that they're playing a flat back 5 and no one back here. Although that could change during the game naturally. But I don't know. They've also got a DM which makes using him in midfield a bit tricky because he doesn't have good enough accuracy. So we'll take him out for now. Doesn't mean we'll keep him out, but we'll take him out for now and replace him with Mage. So who do we want? We need our LD. So we'll put Suglayan back in here. That's fine. And then we need vulnerable. We'll put Astiel in because he can use the scanning shot. And I'll put Clefane in because he's got decent passing and he can do that. And I'll actually put in, who am I going to put in? I'll put in Nefando in here. Hansi will come out for Lord. And everyone will stay as it is. And then Farda's a bit tired, so we'll take him out and put in some sort of defender. Well, Who are we going to put in? We even got another LD here, but we're trying to train on the other one, and we should be okay here. So Pius, I think I'll just put in a real Val actually, and I'll leave it at that. Belgarart will come out because we don't need. I'll put Forbes in. There we go. So that's our team for this. Hopefully, if we get a decent win, then we can rest players in the second leg, but we'll see how it goes first. We have to win it first before we can make that decision. So you can see by it's bright that it's a warm day, so people are going to be using up a lot of energy. Sumikai intercepts, passes to Gladia. None of them. Oh, he does have slide tackle actually. So I'll try and get it to Astiel. Doesn't work, but he can pick up the ball for him. He does get the ball, but at least I was going to see if he can get to Profane, but he might be in the way actually, which means he wouldn't be able to use his long pass. So Messerschmitt is he's in the way, so let's see if we can get the ball to him. We can't. Astiel, this has been a bit of a drab first half so far. He's going to run in the corner, make them try and tackle. See if he succeeds. He does. He's done pretty well considering he's got lower defences. He's got. We'll see. So who's got decent defence? Defando's got better accuracy, so Nafando will come across and see if he can tackle him. He fails. And he's going to move back here actually, just in case we get in a position to use the cannon shot, which seems unlikely, but well, it's possible actually. Depends what he does with the ball. He's got decent passing, so yeah, there is actually a chance. If he can get this through, which he does, then it's a long pass to Astiel, and then Astiel's right in a goal with his cannon shot. Not overly great chance, but he scores. 1-0 up at half time. So Astiel's a bit tired, not surprisingly, they're all a bit tired actually, so we'll bring on Uriel Val. It's a good one. It's a cup game we're probably likely to win, so that's fine. We'll bring on Kanap. I'm not overly concerned. In fact, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put him over here because he can rainbow feint in and then shoot right in. So why not? Everybody else looks in decent form. So let's just get started with the second half. So he's just wonder if we should. I think I'll take Clefane off and put Forbes on. I'm just kind of resting players. That's maybe a bit risky, but it seems like a good thing to do. We'll see how they do then. Whoops. Click something I shouldn't. So we are taking so Forbes. A really good accuracy, Forbes. Probably should try and make him in the M actually. Goes to Nefando. Nefando will go here. He manages to ride the tackle, which in some ways is not exactly totally what I want. And he may as well shoot. And he scores. And we're 2-0 up. So that's good. He's tired, and Nefando's quite important. So we'll. In fact, I'm probably just going to. Who am I going to put on? Who am I going to put on? I'll just put Ascarum on. I don't expect him to do much, but we'll let him have a run. You're on. Uriel Val does his job, and then he gets cropped by Tree. Forbes may as well go for the. Yep. And our Canap. Actually, he's got 49 defense, he's got 70 defense. So the best way to actually shoot is to do this, and then to just blast his way right through. And he's got a reasonable chance, but we just get through it. That's speculative, but we're winning 2-0 quite comfortable. They don't look like they're going to do much. I wasn't really going to do much with Ascaron, but well, we're here, aren't we? Let's loft past him. Challenge in the air, but yeah, there's a good chance he's gonna, and he can have another shot. Oh, that was a bit better. Goalkeeper had to make a save. He's running all the way back, and I have no problem in Canap just having a pop if he can get the ball, which he can, instead he causes a foul. Marcour, they're not any good. If they score, they'll be very fortunate, and yeah, they've. I'm tempted. In fact, they've not even picked up the ball. Bouquet's got boot passing. He'll come through, and then he can get some. He can get some SP if you get this ball through, which he does. I don't know why I give it to him. I should have given it to Forbes, but well, I'm saying that I wouldn't want to give him DM points anyway. And then Uriel Val, 66 passing, so he's just going to do a lofted pass back to get some SP, which he gets, and that's it. 2-0. So a nice, comfortable. A nice comfortable away victory against Tagar Citadel, which is different from Tagar City. There's two Tagar clubs in this mod. And Suglayam goes up a level again, some control and defense, that's not bad. Astiel gets man of the match for his goal, and that's fine. So pretty successful. Looks like we got a level up. Oh, we did. Canap got leveled up. That's great. Okay, so what's he? We definitely want to get him going on his head play. There we go. Little bit of money, not some glory. And there we go. That's all the results. Nobody. It's quite a pedestrian match, so not surprising really. Although we did get a couple of scorers, and there's some good play in there actually in some places. So, doesn't matter. There we go, and it says we are Scottish clans, there we go. And we'll play this second National League match in the next game, and this will be kind of a 6-pointer because I suppose if they win they've got a chance of overtaking us in the table, but you know, really I don't think it matters too much. Okay, so I'll stop there and I'll see you in the next video.